afternoon. The 91st annual meeting of the American College of Radiology will now come to order. Counselors, alternate counselors, members of the Board of Chancellors, and the Council Steering Committee, chapter officers, ACR members, residents, and guests, I want to welcome you all to the 2014 annual meeting and Chapters Leader Conference. First, I would like to recognize all our members who are now or in the past have served in our armed forces. Please rise. On behalf of the college, we want to extend our pride and gratitude to each and every one of you. Please be seated. Thank you. This is the Council's annual meeting. We, the Speaker and Vice Speaker, are your elected representatives. As with previous speakers, Dr. Harrington and I have continued to prioritize innovation and communication with you, our constituents. The AMCLC website is your resource for all issues related to this meeting. 4 podcasts are available to review the parliamentary process, the AMCLC, the governance of the ACR, and the election system implemented in 2013. This is your council and your college. We want you to be prepared to participate. This body meets for 3 days every year. In the interim, you are represented by the Council Steering Committee, a collective of 22 individuals representing the demographics of your college membership in geography, subspecialty, practice type, and diversity. In recent years, the Council has taken on more issues and responsibilities. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the current chair and vice chair for not only encouraging but facilitating this important progression. The bylaws and current traditions hold that the role of the CSC includes the 5 items before you. This year, I engaged the full committee in continued work of the CSC Strategic Planning Task Force that was developed under my predecessor, Howard Fleischon. As a result, the CSC developed its first ever mission statement and formalized recommendations for how the CSC can best fulfill its primary roles. This mission statement reads, "The Council Steering Committee is to be the representative voice of the ACR membership by facilitating and developing ACR policy." An updated page on the ACR website provides complete information on the CSC, its goals, and its members. Beyond developing our mission statement, the CSC has worked throughout the past year to further develop processes and to provide clarity and agreement for the items listed on this slide. The motivation for all of our efforts was to provide resources and information to you, our council and leaders, and to further enable your ability to engage in policy making for our college. Our most visible accomplishments can be seen at this meeting, with input from council members via last year's evaluations and through coordinated efforts with the Board of Chancellors and ACR staff. The CSC has developed open microphone sessions to engender discussion and to provide advanced access to presentations for our economics forum and develop sessions like Appy Hour and Social Media 101. We've also worked with our IT staff to implement the use of the Enterprise Audience Response System that was pilot tested last year. And this year, we are pilot testing a new Capitol Hill app in advance of the 2015 meeting. I want to acknowledge the chairs of the CSC Work Groups who provided guidance and leadership for specific areas of focus this past year. Those people are Dr. Alan Matsumoto, Dr. Larry Muroff, Dr. Alex Norbash, and Dr. Sanjay Shetty. More detailed information on the work of the CSC in the form of work group summary reports can be found at the AMCLC web portal. I want to extend my gratitude to the outstanding efforts of the 2013-2014 Council Steering Committee. It has been my privilege to work with such a talented group. Their dedication to serving the college and you, the council, is inspirational. Please join me in extending our appreciation for their service. It takes a village. And on a personal note, I would like to acknowledge my family and the twins in the very middle. It's their birthday today, and they can't be with me. The family members of all of you and of our leaders who provide support and encouragement as we take time away from them to serve our college. I would now like to recognize members of the ACR 2015 Planning and Program Committees for their continued work in planning next year's annual meeting. The format for the meeting will expand in 2015. However, governance activities in those sessions that longtime AMCLC attendees have come to know and will be retained. Please be sure to visit the booth on the concourse level. You can sign up to receive a first look notice and be among the first to view and register for the exciting sessions at next year's meeting. I invite you to learn more about ACR 2015 and help promote this new meeting to your colleagues when you return home. Don't miss your chance to sign up for our Come with a Colleague promotion. One of the pillars of the college's mission is education. The Commission on Education, Faculty and Staff again developed and presented yesterday's outstanding educational programs. On behalf of the college and council, thank you. This evening is the annual ACR Fellowship Convocation. The convocation is a highlight of this meeting. Please make plans to attend. There will be a reception immediately after the ceremony located upstairs in the Columbia Ballroom. I would like to take a moment to ask those who will receive the distinction of Fellow of the American College of Radiology this evening to please rise. Congratulations to you and your families. Please join me in a round of applause in recognition of this class of new ACR Fellows. Please be seated. Thank you. And our new honorary fellows are Dr. Michel Clodon of Vandervelde-les-Nancy, France, and Dr. Gabrielle P. Creston of Voorburg, Netherlands. And this year's gold medal recipients are Dr. Henry Dunnock of Ann Arbor, Michigan, Dr. Carol M. Rumack of Aurora, Colorado, and Dr. James H. Thrall of Boston, Massachusetts. Tomorrow morning, the ACR Elections will open at 7 a.m. We are continuing the use of the electronic elections process that debuted last year at our meeting. Desktop computers will be available for voting in the cabinet room near the registration area. You can also vote remotely anywhere in the hotel via the AMCLC portal. The elections are limited to counselors and appropriately credentialed alternate counselors. On behalf of the college and the council, I would like to extend our congratulations and gratitude to all of this year's candidates for participating in the election process. Tomorrow morning, we will include several reports on ACR activities. The reference committee work will also begin tomorrow at 9:10 a.m. It should be noted that this is earlier than prior years in order to accommodate our invited Moreton lecturer. All resolutions contained on the AMCLC website will be presented for discussion. Electronic amendments can be submitted via the AMCLC website or the amendment stations located in the registration area. All amendments must be accompanied by oral testimony at the reference committee open hearings. The Council Steering Committee approved a late resolution number 39 sponsored by both the CSC and BOC and found at your seats. This resolution is now the business of the Council and will be referred to Reference Committee 3. A little later this afternoon, Dr. Deborah Monticello, Chair of the Commission on Quality and Safety, will provide a brief presentation on the proposed name change for the practice guidelines and technical standards. Tomorrow afternoon, Michael E. Porter will deliver the Moreton Lecture entitled Value-Based Healthcare Delivery. We intend to have time for a brief open microphone follow-up discussion after Q&A with Professor Porter. This year, we will once again feature 2 open microphone sessions. Monday's session is scheduled for lunch to follow the completion of reference committee hearings. If we are efficient in our hearings and end before lunch, the open microphone session will begin early. This session is focused on workforce needs and training issues and will be moderated by Alex Norbash. The second open microphone session, to be held on Tuesday afternoon, will be moderated by Larry Muroff and will focus on the changing healthcare system and challenges we face today and in the future. I have asked the presenters to be brief so that you as members will have plenty of opportunity to participate in these sessions. This is your meeting. We are making every effort to protect this time so members of the council can be heard on matters of critical importance to your practices. Tomorrow afternoon, our legislative team will provide an overview and presentation for Wednesday's Capitol Hill visits. Advocacy is a critical part of our college. The meetings with our congressional representatives and their aides are an important part of government relations programs. Please plan to attend. Recognizing the college's leading legislative role in radiology, we will also have a member of Congress address the council at this year's meeting. Stay tuned. We need your continued participation in our advocacy programs when we return home through contributions to RADBAC, to the Facility Visitation Program, and the Radiology Advocacy Network. The Economics Forum will convene on Tuesday morning. The moderator will be Geraldine McGinty, Chair of the Economics Commission. The focus for this year's forum is demonstrating the value of Imaging 3.0. In addition to reports from the Commission's various areas of expertise, the forum will include guest speaker Leah Binder, CEO of the Leapfrog Group. The presentations for the Economics Forum are available on the AMCLC website for you to download and annotate during the session. My thanks to Geraldine, Zeke Silva, members of the Economics Commission, the CSC Work Group 1, and staff for making this possible for the first time in 2014. Tuesday's lunch speaker will be Helen Darling, President of the National Business Group on Health, who will present on controlling costs and improving health care, what physicians and employers can do together. On Tuesday afternoon, we will have the Reference Committee reports. The reports will be made available electronically on Monday immediately following completion of the closed Reference Committee sessions. Attendees will be notified via email and text message when each Reference Committee report is posted on the web portal. Counselors wishing to receive guidance on parliamentary procedure in advance of Tuesday afternoon's closed session can take advantage of a new offering at AMCLC. Speakers' hours will be held during breakfast on Tuesday morning. You are invited to meet informally with myself, the Vice Speaker, and our parliamentarian on the concourse level outside the ballroom between 7 and 8 a.m. Please join us. If you have registered for Capitol Hill Day, you can pick up your attendee packet from the Government Relations RADPAC booth outside the ballroom in the concourse foyer. If you have not registered, it's not too late to do so. This is your ACR delegation to the American Medical Association. These individuals do an admirable job to promote, advance, and defend radiology before the AMA. Please join me in recognizing their efforts with a round of applause. In addition, the ACR delegation would like to extend its thanks and appreciation to our former members for many years of service and contributions to the ACR and the Radiology Caucus at the AMA House of Delegates. Please join me in recognizing their efforts with a round of applause. I would also like to welcome the Resident and Fellows section. Please stand for us. These are our future leaders in the college and in our practices. Greetings to you. I'd also like to recognize the Frank Engel Travel Grant recipient, Ashley Prosper from Los Angeles, California. The William T. Moss Travel Grant recipient is Lauren Mayo from Houston, Texas. I would like to thank the chair, Jonathan Flug, and the RFS Executive Committee for this year's RFS poster session. Posters are available online through the AMCLC web portal. Residents who are attending their first AMCLC are wearing a blue badge. Please take the time to reach out and welcome them. We greatly appreciate your participation in this meeting and look forward to each of you becoming active in the college. Dr. Robert Rappaport of New York is serving as chair of the Tellers Committee. His committee will oversee the elections during the meeting and provide assistance in ensuring that our council convenes on time. For the first time this year, we are using the ACR Enterprise Automated Response System to confirm a quorum. Counselors, if you have not done so already, please log into the ARS system to confirm your presence. The Credentials Committee ensures the proper credentials of the council and determines the presence of a quorum in order to conduct the council's business. At this time, I would like to call on the chair of the Credentials Committee, Dr. Seth Hardy of Maine, to present your report.
Councilors, please log in if not already. Madam Speaker, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Dr. Hardy. I draw your attention to the standing rules found on the website. These rules were developed to both expedite and ensure equitability in our proceedings, and each year the speaker reviews and, if necessary, updates these rules. This year the CSC also reviewed and endorsed the standing rules, and they were without significant change. We will now take up consideration of the standing rules. These rules provide guidance for participation in the reference committee and during the consideration of reference committee reports. Is there any objection to adopting the standing rules? Hearing none, they are adopted. Thank you. We will now consider the 2013 ACR Council minutes. Are there any corrections? Is there an objection to adopting the council minutes? Hearing none, the minutes of the 2013 AMCLC stand approved. Thank you. Please note that these minutes include those of the ACRA meeting from last year. Those minutes will be considered when we convene the ACR Council meeting on Monday afternoon. The Policy Progress Report will now be considered. This report is submitted to update the Council on actions taken on approved resolutions from last year. Per the adoption of Resolution Number 40 at the 2013 AMCLC, more frequent policy progress reports are provided to the Council, and an initial report was published in December of 2013. The report is available online. The March 2014 report, available in the agenda materials, provides the disposition of those resolutions not identified as completed in December. Are there objections to filing this year's reports? Hearing no objections, the policy progress reports will be filed. The 2004 sunset policies are also listed in the agenda materials. Absent objection, these policies will be sunset in accordance with Article 5, Section 10 of the ACR College bylaws. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the 2004 sunset policies are hereby sunset. The Council will convene promptly at 8:15 tomorrow morning in the ballroom. We will be holding the reference committee sessions in sequential order. I want to take this opportunity to share with you a few thoughts about radiology, the college, and looking ahead. As it should, the ACR continues to take on its important leadership role within organized radiology. People look to the ACR to continue its mission of representing and advancing our core mission of advocacy, economics, and quality and safety of patient care in radiology. Our education and research pillars strengthen the understanding of the role of radiology and the radiologist, a critical mission in the chaotic healthcare environment we work in today. We need the college to do for our members what our members cannot do for themselves alone. You will hear more about Imaging 3.0 on Tuesday. The ACR is uniquely positioned to collaborate with other radiology societies, patient advocacy organizations, our technology partners, and organized medicine to reach much greater audiences and to widen our dynamic range, to both learn and to make our messages heard. We all share a common purpose: to improve our practices and the care of our patients. We are all in this together, and regardless of where we sit, we all need a strong college, one that is well prepared to be radiology's champion in advocacy, in government relations, in economics, and in quality and safety. That's why we're here. That's what this meeting is all about, determining policy for our college. To the members of the council and the college, this is your meeting. This is your ACR. Welcome to the 2014 AMCLC.